this is Vani Angelo, the Executive Director of For the Girls International, and today I'm so excited to be sitting here with Tracy Metzger and Krista Jensen. Many of you know, of course, that Tracy is the founder of For the Girls International, and Krista is the president of Women in Networking, which we know as WIN, and we are here, the three of us together, to make a very, very exciting announcement. We have been telling you guys that something is coming up, but we have not told you what it is. Well, I think that the best way to do this is to first bring in Tracy and tell us a little bit about how you came, kind of got connected with Women in Networking.
WIN was one of the first networking meetings that I ever went to when I was starting FTGI. And I remember walking in and just being overwhelmed by this room full of women, and I had to stand up and say something about the organization that I hadn't even really gotten off the ground yet. But I met Susan, which is Krista's mom, and she was so gracious and excited about FTGI and the vision of FTGI. Now, at that time, For the Girls International did not have a networking arm. That came later on, just kind of out of demand of the women that were gathering. They wanted to meet more often. They wanted to tell each other about their endeavors and their business things, and so that came later. But Susan initially just loved the vision of FTGI, and
she
was just a supporter. Yeah, so she loved that. And so then from there, she actually attended a couple of our events. You guys came together, right? As
we
a mother-daughter
did.
thing. Yeah.
I remember Brave. We were at Brave.
Yes.
And that was right after my mother had finished her first bout with cancer, and it was so moving for us to have left that evening, and just felt so great about what was to come.
Oh my goodness. I love that, because that event was actually where she first whispered to me the idea of FTGI and WIN doing something together. And so that was just a seed that she planted and kind of threw out there. And I said, yeah, let's get together and see what that could look like. So that little whisper kind of led us to today. So who's
I love that. Well, guess what? That whisper became a voice.
It sure did. So Susan was totally moved by For the Girls and was so excited to be part of it. And she brought a lot of that love back to WIN. And as WIN has grown over the years, and we've thought, how can we be better together? What can we do to impact more women? So the idea of joining forces came about, and we had conversations with our leadership and our board, and everybody was so excited. They knew the mission and the heartbeat of For the Girls, and how we really just work well together. We have this same vision, and there's so many great things that For the Girls and Better Together can do for WIN, and that WIN can do for the Girls. So we're super excited to blend our organizations together and become one.
Yes. Better together.
Better together.
Better together. Yes.
Exactly. We are better together. So moving forward, WIN is going to be better together.
Yes.
I love it. That is
So we are
awesome.
so excited.
And to backtrack, a few years ago, you just spearheaded making For the Girls. Well, we applied to be one of the applicants of the recipient, and I guess it was voted on, and you guys raised money for Shine. So
we did, and the Shine program, that's just such an amazing gift to the young women that are around us. And so yes, I think it was 2, maybe 3 years ago that Shine was our recipient of the Susan M. Singer Women's
And I kind of thought
Symposium.
that was, I thought, I knew that, I just felt like your mom was smiling down on that, saying, okay, you whispered that idea of us joining forces for something.
Here's the
And
start.
here it is. Here it is, right? And we didn't even know that there was even more to come after that. I think that's pretty cool. I want to encourage ladies that, we talked about this before we started recording, but sometimes we plant a seed and we don't get to see the fullness of what that's going to look like, right? We don't get to see the harvest of that, but we live in this culture where we want to see everything right away. We want to see the fruits of our labor immediately, and I just think it's amazing that your mom started when she did. She grew it, and then you helped, take that over, and then just to see the harvest that came from that seed, and then her just planting another seed of like we'll do something together someday, and what that's blossomed into. It's pretty cool. So when you're pouring your heart and soul into something and you're not seeing those results right away, it could be that it's a legacy that you're building.
Oh, I love that so much.
Me too.
Yes, and it's so exciting to be part of this time because being someone new to both WIN and 40 Girls International, I just see the heart of 40 Girls International and WIN, and I see the heart of WIN and 40 Girls International. And I do agree with you that we are better together. Sometimes we're living in a society that there's so much talk about competition, but there's so much more we can do, and there's so much more influence we can create. There's so much more change we can bring to life if we put competition to the side and we embrace collaboration.
Yeah.
So what I see here is two amazing organizations. The two women and Susan is smiling from up above, and just you guys created something so beautiful, and coming together so that we can continue to be better together is going to be amazing. But I think the important thing for you guys is to know what this looks like, you know?
Right.
So yes,
I'm sure
what's
there's going to be
going
a lot of questions.
there's going to be a lot of
A lot of
questions.
questions.
What we can tell you is that the WIN, Women in Networking, and the Better Together Network, we are merging. So as we move forward, the WIN meetings are going to become the Better Together Network meetings. Krista is going to be fully involved with the leadership, so she's not going anywhere.
No, you're stuck with me.
Yes.
We're so excited to finally tell everybody
Yes.
and start planning how it's really going to work out. It's going to be beautiful.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yes.
So ladies, I think that you have just been welcome to a bigger, I wouldn't even say bigger or better, but just like of a new phase of Better Together.
Yeah.
And it's so excited to be
A
doing this
fresh-
with you
a
guys.
fresh
A new
breath.
season.
Yep, a new season, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Krista. Thank you, Tracy, for everything you guys built. And we keep going with the power of Better Together.